Azro, big fan of your show here in NZ. My question is, what do you think of studios announcing their movie slates for the next few years? It's good to see that they have a plan, but doesn't give away content from a movie. For example, with the upcoming movie slate, we know which characters will survive, and studios are not throwing a curveball by killing off any main characters. What do you think? Thanks, and bring on the filth.
Well, I mean, keep in mind too, like by laying out movies years and years and years and years in advance. Don't forget, they're not writing that in stone, so they can easily change plans. We've already seen Marvel now has shifted up and switched up their whole release schedule, and nothing is in stone. Also, do you ever really think Thor's going to die? Like, really? Because I know a certain character doesn't die in a movie, to me that's not a major plot or a major spoiler unless the movie is set up that, hey, this character could actually die. And then it could become a little iffy, a little bit questionable. So I believe there are circumstances where it can do what you're explaining and what you're laying out, but I can't really think of many examples where that's actually been a problem at this point, but that's just me. What do you guys think, Mark?
I think it's a great question, and congrats to New Zealand. I love beef Wellington. That's awesome. This makes sense to me because if you're sitting in a theater and then 3 years down the line, you know that this character has another movie coming out, they're probably going to play it safe. Having said that, there's a lot of times when you see a historical drama like Apollo 13. You know what happens at the end of Apollo 13, but it's a credit to Ron Howard and the actors in front of the camera that I had no idea if they were going to survive when they come back into orbit at the end of that film. In my head, I know the history, but I still am so wrapped up in the drama that's going on screen that I'm not thinking about any of that stuff. That's on the director and the writer and the actors and everybody involved in that movie to suspend you from knowing what's going to happen, to be so locked into that moment that you're not thinking about what the outcome is.
I think it's a great question as well. I think my excitement to watch, the different universes continue to expand and unfold before our eyes diminishes the lack of stakes, because I totally get what he's saying. I mean, you have this big blowout with Thor and whatever villain, and you know how it's going to end. That's what makes the villainous side of things so intriguing, because you don't know if they're going to come back for another film or if they're going to end right there. So I do think that maybe it would be a little more fun to kind of unveil it as we go along, but we know that's not the case these days with superhero films. So yeah, I'm a little split on it, but I definitely get where you're coming from.
I like the slates. I like both. I mean, if we're being honest here, we're just talking about Marvel and DC because there's not a lot of other places that are doing this, but if you look at the Civil War, okay, we know that's Captain America 3. We don't know Captain America is going to make it out. There's no Captain America 4 slated. That's the next movie coming out. As far as Thor goes, that's not what they're telling the stories that they've been telling you so far. They want you to know Thor's alive. That's what they're telling you. That Thor's going to be there. If you're a fan of Thor, we don't know if Thor dies after Ragnarok. They're telling you right now in that slate which characters are going to be around, because that's the thread and that's the storyline that they are telling you and what they've set up so far. So I think that, when we get the Avengers, we don't know which characters are going to be in the Avengers that when the Infinity Gauntlet come up. What? I'm just saying.
If Captain America dies, I'm blaming you.
I'm just telling you. All I'm saying is that from this slate that's coming out, I don't think you can start to say, well, he's alive, they're alive. They're doing it for a reason. They've set things up for a reason. I always say that right now, the way Marvel is, it's like a television show for them. It's a television series. They have their episodes planned out, and they know which direction they want to go to. And they just got a big piece the other day, so now that's going to shift some stuff. So I actually like the slate. I think it does a lot of for Marvel. We don't know what DC yet. DC could be shuffling stuff around. Right. They haven't proven themselves yet.
Wouldn't it be wild? Wouldn't it be absolutely wild? Because using the example of Captain America, and who knows what happens to him after Civil War, right? Well, I think what would go further to the question that he's asking is, well, okay, yeah, but we know Captain America Civil War is coming out, so we know Captain America doesn't die in Avengers Age of Ultron, despite the fact in the trailer we see the broken shield and all that kind of. Wouldn't it be a mind screw if they do kill Captain America in Avengers?
Right.
Oh, by the way, we got to change the title of Civil War.
Or not, and it's a different Captain America.
Right.
Then we watch the
I'm
succession
not
of
prepared
another.
for this. This movie comes out in May. I can't mentally prepare myself.
Civil War is between Tony Stark and Spider-Man.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.